All right, good morning. Market basically flat today after a really bad yesterday. It ended up down significantly. The markets did. SI leading the charge today. Yeah, I tested down a little bit. It's okay. Tesla's not too bad. Most of the market's green, at least according to my screen. Doing a little better today. But yeah, yesterday was. Do not like that. I actually came to the bottom part of the Bollinger Band. Tesla buy? Yeah, I think Tesla's a buy in this area longer term in terms of a bounce trade or something. I think trading right now is going to be 50-50 at best, probably 50-50 at worst. um, yeah, unless you're in with whatever cycle they're starting to run, which I don't even know what that is. Everything's a little bit cattywampus these days. Morning, Jared. Cell H, new beverage manufacturer. It's like stuck in a bit of a downtrend. MED, MP, FLGT. This one's always interesting because we know about the big contract, stuff like that. Donkey Kong, I know you were sitting near highs. Still consolidating a little bit. MVIS, Moderna, Cyber. Yeah, until this market fusses itself out, I'm not really interested in doing shit, to be quite honest with you. The only thing I'm interested in is potential Bitcoin derivative plays. That's about it. Tesla down, Amazon, MasterCard down, PLL. How'd you end yesterday, PLL? Key reversal on PLL. Key reversal there. Yeah, see, pain in the ass right there. Interviews with Alex Karp, CEO of PLTR. Yeah, that's because their stocks are down. They want people to buy them. Actually, on that note, I actually had a conversation yesterday with the CEO of a company. Gonna wait. I'll wait till Ellie's here to tell it. He'll jump in whenever his lazy ass gets up. Hold on a minute, guys. I'll be back. All right, there we go. He said you shouldn't buy his, what do you say? He said you shouldn't buy a stock. What do you say? That's a pretty interesting comment from a CEO. Oh, hold on another minute. Need my phone charger. All right, I'm back again. Short-term trading, stay away. Yeah, it's kind of funny how all these CEOs can time the markets relatively well. It's funny when I was talking with that dude yesterday, we got talking a little bit about timing the markets, and they all kind of do that a little bit. They all try to take advantage of very as they call it. I'm not sure if I'm not quoting him or anything. Very advantageous market situations, just my term for it, and try to get the deals done. Raise funds during all those inflated times. It's like market just took a shit. Never dying AVTR 0.37 down for the Nasdaq. I'm very sick of Nasdaq future. Nasdaq leads futures up as yields dip was their comment 1 hour ago. Their headline. Stupid. Futures up what, like 0.2%? That ain't up. Anything under a 1/4% should be, maybe a 1/3% should be called flat in these situations. Pretty garbage overall. Yeah, so who was the um was BTCS is the company. Is that the actual symbol? Okay, it is the symbol. BTCS. These guys are actually founded like years ago. They've been around for a while, and crypto came along. They kind of shifted into crypto. They got slammed here, and they haven't really been able to bounce back ever since. And then the CEO contacted me a few days ago. This is a weekly chart up here, and this is the daily chart. I think the daily chart actually has a lot of promise in it. I think the business is pretty decent as well. I'm not sure in terms like what it's actually going to do longer term after, even after talking to the gentleman, but I do think that um, essentially what these guys do right now is they own some Bitcoin, so a little bit like MicroStrategy in that regard, and then they run Ethereum nodes on the ETH 2.0 blockchain. They're the and they've only been doing that since December, so that's pretty new right there. So probably should. I think Rob's even bored. Rob ain't even here yet. Rob's like, yeah, I don't even want to touch this stock market. But seriously though, I think it's an interesting play. I'm not sure what their market cap is. I could probably look it up. Like 16 million or 20 million market cap. They're tiny. And I mean, overall, they'll probably stay tiny in reality. The CEO seemed like a pretty nice guy. Um, a little self-limiting in some of his answers. A little like my wife's company. I think my wife's company would have a higher market cap than his would, to be quite frank with you. Yeah, Little asked him some questions, and his answers were just self-limiting. They wasn't anything that he couldn't necessarily do. He just limited himself to not doing those things because of hard stuff. So, I don't know. In my opinion, if you're a CEO of a publicly traded company, you should be um, not afraid of the hard stuff and just focus on the stuff that'll make your company valuable. Anyway, but I do think running those Ethereum nodes is pretty cool. And let me see if I have. So market cap is 63 million. So 63 million right there. Yeah, so they've got 200 nodes on the Ethereum blockchain, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah. And I do like the press releases. So I'll show you their press release here as the market continues to dive. So 1.1 million revenue potential from current staking operations, which isn't too bad. They have 7,600 Ethereum. Gross margins exceeding 95%. So the margins are easy because it's not proof of work. But you do have a lot of upfront capital in buying the 32 Ethereum needed and then setting up the node. But after that, 95% operating margins is pretty good. So they have 240 nodes currently, 40 coming online shortly, and I mean that's really the future for these guys. And then, however many people try to get in the staking game will likely make them more money as different things increase, which is pretty good. But he did talk about something that I was not familiar with. Um, the beacon chain, the Ethereum beacon chain. I actually have no idea what this is. Beacon chain doesn't change anything about the Ethereum we use today. It will coordinate the network. It introduces a proof of stake to the ETH ecosystem. You might notice this has phase 0 of technical roadmaps. Conduct or coordinate expanded network shards and stakers, but it won't be like the Ethereum mainnet of today. It can't handle accounts or smart contracts. Huh. But it's foundational component for the secure, sustainable, and scalable Ethereum we're working towards, because they do have a scaling problem. So this is what they're on, the proof of stake. As a validator, you'll process transactions and create new blocks in the chain. Yep, makes sense. Okay, mainnet and the beacon chain. The beacon chain at first will exist separately to the mainnet, but eventually they'll become connected. The plan is to dock the mainnet into the proof of stake system that's controlled and coordinated by the beacon chain. So they're operating on the beacon chain. And so they're staking and collecting fees and things like that. So they have about 20 million locked in Ethereum right now, and getting 1 million out of that. Doesn't seem like that much of a return on your investment. But it's definitely interesting. That's not that much return. So it's 5% return, which, I mean, I get, if you're a public company getting a 5% return when the market itself technically gets about a 7% return. In good years, a lot more than 7%. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic, and I mean, long-term viability. I mean, during the cycle here, yeah, I think it may have some upward potential. It's already had a good move here. It's been pretty stable. There's some support here at the 50-cent level. They blew through that on the way up from 30 cents, and then they came back down to these prior support levels. So I think from that perspective, it's looking fairly promising technically. But I mean, in the bigger picture, is it worth 60 million? I mean, they do have like 11 million in Bitcoin and then 20 million, so 30 million in actual intrinsic value, and then they've doubled that, so they're double book value, which is fine. All right, Nasdaq almost back to flat, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting. So anyway, I had a conversation with this guy yesterday. I like some of the things he said. Some of the things I think, a little bit short-sighted, in my opinion. But technically, it's actually a pretty good looking chart. I don't think it's too bad at all. All right, blockchain up 4%. Donkey Kong 3.7. Donkey Kong sitting there getting nice and tight, looking good. XPEV, CDNA, Rewalk. Pretty sideways through here, not bad. I mentioned Facebook, if I could click it. Yeah, Facebook fighting with that trend line. Not bad. Not bad at all. A version of app for kids under 13. That's fucking horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Why would they do that? On YouTube, you can't even do anything on it. Last thing these damn kids need is freaking social media. It's horrible. Chart looks good though. Chart looks pretty good. And it's starting to break the line, so we could be on the verge of a new uptrend here. It's headed up here the other day. A bunch of stuff's happened. I haven't looked at it, and Nasdaq's now positive on the futures. Nvidia. So we'll take a look at the big ones, which all right now don't have very bullish patterns. You got Nvidia down here. You've got Apple still with a rejection at the 50. A couple days ago, yesterday, kind of exacerbating that. So I'm not really super interested in that. Microsoft looks like it a little bit more distribution here lately. We had some nice accumulation, and then distribution has been stepping in since kind of a little even. Yeah, actually that topping day, distribution has been stepping in, and we are chopping through and under the 50 slightly. 200's way down below there. Google's next in terms of market cap. It's got kind of maybe that'll be an island top for Google. You never know. Take a look at MasterCard, which is just shitting itself. Absolutely shitting itself. And you got Visa, which is already failed. And I think this is just starting to fail. It's high, yeah. Horrible. RANJY. Randstad NV. Randstad. What is that? The problem is these guys are all on the OTC. They're super illiquid. I mean, you don't want to touch this. I mean, I guess you could if you're just going to hold it no matter what. But um, average volume in the low thousands should be at least 400,000 for average volume. This doesn't even register. Staffing company. Well, geez, you should have bought down to 15. I mean, it went from 15 to 30, and look at the chart. This thing doesn't have a very wide range. Yeah, kind of garbage. Starbucks was having a good day last time I saw it. Looks like we have reversed from that. I saw it on that up day. It was up like 5%. Market wasn't doing great, but this thing was up 5%. Thought that was interesting. MasterCard, Tesla down 2%. Question is Tesla going to go back and test its 200-day moving average? It's possible. We're not quite right for an inverted head and shoulders in terms of volume. Yeah, it still possibly could work out that way. We're choppy through the 50. We never fully overtook the 50. We found support 3 days ago, lost it yesterday, and right now we're under it. But our volume is fairly consistent at this stage with average volume. But overall, Tesla, with the 200-day catching up pretty quick, it's about 500 right now. I don't think that's too bad. I think we're in a nice, interesting spot for Tesla. I don't think, we have some market volatility, but overall, this has actually behaved pretty well. I know it's already down from 900 down to 5, but since then, it's been behaved pretty well. Could roll over. Oh, wait, no, that's the 50. Never mind. That's the 50. That's the 10-day then. My bad. That's the 50. Okay, firmly under the 50. The last time we were firmly under the 50, we did go back and test the 200. That was early last year during the pandemic drop. And we may be trying to do that again. We'll see if we undercut the 200 on Tesla, maybe years before it comes back. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not quite sure how I feel about that. There's a lot of people say that Tesla's overhyped. Tesla's got too much market value. All that stuff. All that stuff's fairly accurate too. These leaders don't do this forever, and sometimes it can consolidate for a very long period of time. I'm not sure if Tesla's like Microsoft or more like Apple right now. Wifey's 401k, yeah, I don't know. I think she's just holding it, Blay. Really, it's not really a tradable account. I mean, it is, but she's not going to invest in much. There's not much else to invest in, likely. Yeah, she ain't doing nothing with that account. Look at, I think of Microsoft. Oh, I do think Tesla's more like Apple than Microsoft. So that's during the 90s. There's 1999. There's its prior peak. And this bitch was just on a huge tear until 99. Some corrections right there. And it was flat for like 15 years, 13 years. Let's look at Apple. 2000. Okay, so I was likening it to this whole setup right here. Um, I think it's on the other chart. Okay, let's just look at the 200. So yeah, this one here did significantly undercut the 200, and this was in 2006. This only took a year to come back, though. See, when these things are in hyper growth mode, I mean, but the thing about Apple in 2006, see, I don't know what the PE ratio was, just to try to get an apples to apples comparison. I don't think it, I mean, its market cap, it wasn't the top 5 stocks in the world in 2006. It was like ranked number 52 or something like that. Let's Google it. Biggest stock market crashes in history. Oh, started in 2006. Okay, biggest winner in 2006. I'm sure Apple will be in here. Did I make a pun? Oh, I don't even know if I made the pun. What was it? Dang, some tiny guys. Northwest Airlines. Wow, that's a big one. Is Apple in here? No. Biggest. Okay, top 100 market capital. Here we go. That's what I'm looking at. Apple, number 82. So they were number 82. They weren't number 5. Slight difference. Slight. Oh, look at Microsoft. Damn, Microsoft's number 4. So maybe they are more like Microsoft if they're willing to give it those types of. Oh, apples to apples. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you know, sometimes the good just leaks out. You never quite understand why. Yeah, let's revisit 2006 Exxon General Electric. Holy crap, how the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. Total SA. I don't even know what that is. Toothpaste conglomerate? Colgate, maybe? I think Colgate was called Colgate. It wasn't called Total. Wow, what is that? Microsoft, Citigroup, B of A, World Dutch Shell, BP. Look at how the internet just ate the world. Literally ate the world. Everyone's like, oh, these companies are growing. And oil is probably dying in the future because everyone hates it. So let's just get out of oil, get into these techs. That's basically what happened. Look at that. Oil. And then number 7, oil. Yeah. At one point, like the top 3 were oil. I remember that at some point. I don't know the year though. Anyway, General Electric, Microsoft, Citigroup, B of A, World Dutch Shell. So pretty mixed bag up here actually. Yeah, a very well spread out economy. Oil, General Electric, whatever that is, software, banking, oil, drugs. Biggest retailer in the world, drugs, oil, Toyota, cars, AIG, finance, cigarettes, JP Morgan Chase, Glaxo, Berkshire, and then Apple's way the F down there. But still in the conversation. So, I mean, in 2006, Apple, I'm not sure if that is a fair comparison in terms of market cap. Actually, you know the funny thing about Microsoft? 2006, it was in the middle of the great stagflation, where it wasn't doing nothing. There's 2006. Right there. And it did nothing for the previous 4 years. That's crazy. It's actually down like 50%. 2000, yeah, right there. It was down 50% from its prior high. I think briefly Microsoft was the first billion-dollar company or $100 billion company in that for like a day or two. That was about it. It didn't last very long. So that's kind of funny now that I think about it. Top 100 2006. Let's look at 2005. It's probably gonna not exist. Yeah, file not found. I wonder if they were always up there. Microsoft number 4, number 2004. I wonder that dude had so much money for so long. Where's that? There we go. Fort Boise. March 2001. Microsoft. Microsoft. Due to bad loans, bad banking practices, they started selling computers to schools. They knew the return business would be money to the security government. What are you talking about, Blah? You talking about Apple? So yeah, this isn't really. They don't have one for 2004. It looks like, but that's funny. Microsoft has really stayed in the conversation now for 20 years. That's pretty amazing. That's really amazing. Yeah, I guess Black. I'm not sure what topic you're talking about there. I don't know about computers to schools. Like Microsoft never sold computers to schools, not that I know of. So anyway, going back to Tesla, I mean, I don't know. It could be. It's interesting. Tesla's an interesting case right now because the market cap is so huge. The market cap is so huge. I mean, their growth rate is going to be phenomenal, but it could take a number of years just for them to. Oh, they did? Huh. Yeah, I didn't know about that. Yeah, so Tesla maybe down at the 50 is gonna, or the 200. We'll see. A bigger picture, I was trying to think about what this can do. There's really not a ton of distribution in Tesla. I mean, all these most of these companies, I think, are fine holding this for longer term with the growth rates on the table, because the growth rates on the table are like 40%. So whatever valuation is quickly gonna get, because if you think about it, if you grow it 40%, you're gonna go from let's say they have 10 billion in revenue times 1.4 times 1.4. They're going to double in 2 years. Their business will essentially double which will cut all these metrics in half in 2 years. So we could end up with in reality, 2 years ain't that long. It's gonna be suck sitting here for 2 years if Tesla goes sideways for 2 years. What up, Ellie? Yeah, we're back down towards the 600 level. Yeah, so Tesla's interesting. Tesla's interesting. It's all about opening those factories and growth rates and stuff like that. Yeah, it's getting down there again. You're at 630. Yep, if you're loading long-term bags. I mean, here's kind of your general trend on Tesla too, coming all the way down from there. I mean, that trend's still intact. So I mean, yeah, overall, I mean, nothing really screaming at you to get out here. Now you do have a 50-day 50-day break on high volume. So IBD stuff that technically would kind of be a sell signal, but actually it's not even, no, the next day is the high volume. That day is under average. So, but yeah, market not looking good here. 0.62% really reversed hard yesterday, getting some additional selling pressure today. I raised more cash yesterday. It's just too much. I just need to need to step aside. So Donkey Kong leading the charge today. I like Donkey Kong, big picture. Very unique business. They don't have too many competitors, especially none with brand recognition. Not too many have brand recognition, and they're putting together a ton of partnerships. They've already put together a ton. The stock run's already been really good, and you got a market that's had a bad couple weeks since 216, and this thing's actually up since 216. Yeah, Facebook is up, Ellie. It is. We were looking at that earlier. Oh yeah, it's second on the list. Why I have the no? They said they were looking at Instagram for kids under 13, and I think they should shoot themselves in the face for even thinking about that. Untapped preteen market? Yeah. Who wants to fucking? I don't want screens in my kids' face anymore. They already use Messenger. What more do they want? Message your friends, person to person, good to go. But yeah, I mean the stock move here is. It looks like it's getting started. I don't know if I have the cojones right now to jump on it, but yeah, this may have to go without me. It's a pretty good looking setup too. You got I think a small double bottom base right here. Yeah, there's a double bottom base. It's not huge, but it's there. 200-day support. Actually, all the moving averages converged here. Yeah, oh look at that. No death cross. This one yeah, this one actually does look really good from a technical perspective. Let's eyeball a trade for a minute. Looks like it's just launching. Jeez. Question is, where does it go? That's the question. Maybe just buy at the money or just the stock and just see what it does. But in these choppy environments, hard to have confidence. But this thing has also performed pretty well. So there's 216, and it's also up. So I can't argue too much against it from that perspective. All right, I need to do something about that. Yeah, Facebook looks good here. Donkey Kong. It, blah, guys, it's just bad on every level. There's no good level to have something just for kids under 13, in my opinion. I'm a parent. I got two kids under 13. One's 10, one's 6, going to be 7 in about a month. And no, just fucking no. I mean, they FaceTime their cousins, their friends. I think that's fine. That's just enough. That's just enough. I'm sure half of those kids got Facebook accounts and they go on there and hopefully their parents are monitoring that. But something just for kids under 13, I don't know what that would have to look like to be comfortable with that. And exactly, blah. Who knows? Probably nothing. They would use their lovely artificial intelligence bots that think everything is a bad thing, and they would, kids. You think adults have a hard time managing that environment, let alone kids. Look, I guess from a business perspective, you kind of have to explore it, but like I get the thought process from that perspective, but no. Yeah, just no. Pretty much from every aspect. Just no. No. But I want to, no. But what about if we, no. But we should, no. To be outside. To be talking with our friends. That's all they need to do. Don't need the pressure of bullshit. Well, most public companies generally do throw morals out the windows. And you can just tell by looking at Mark Zuckerberg, he has no soul. So I think from that perspective, it's easy peasy. I've got a love hate relationship with Zuck. I mean, I know how you feel, Ellie. That's cool. I mean, his empire and the stock performance and the stock setup right now speak for themselves. Um, he underplayed what Facebook was doing socially, and in reality, there's no way he would have known that all the shit that was going on. But anyway, whatever. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. Nothing I can do is gonna change anything about that. So it doesn't matter. But if I did have a choice, it would be no thing for kids under 13. That would be my choice. Yeah, like I don't know if how many of you guys have kids. Like I said, I've got two, and holy shit, you put a screen in front of their face, it's like you don't have children. So my kids have actually been at my mom's house for the past 2 nights, and it's been dead silent in the house. Me and my wife have actually gone out the past couple nights, but like in the house, it's just dead silent, which is really weird when you have had kids for a decade. It's super weird, and it's just like that when they have a screen in front of their face. They're just tuned out to the world. They can give two shits about everything, and you take a screen away, it's utter chaos, which is the way it should be. Should be utter chaos. But yeah, I don't mind them playing games with their friends and stuff. But yeah, they'll just get super, super sucked in. It's one thing when a 20-year-old does it. It's another thing when a 6-year-old does it. You're like, something's wrong. Something bad is happening right now in your brain because this is what you're being trained to do. And it's a big struggle for me. So yeah, Facebook for kids? No. Just no. Instagram for kids. Talk about giving people a freaking complex. Yeah, exactly, Ellie. Exactly. That's why I said when I take the tablets away, when I take the computers away, and it's hard this year, especially. This year is obviously especially hard because um, they have to do school online, so the computer's shoved in their face. So it's even harder this year. Yeah, I don't think 7-year-olds get pregnant. Not too many 10-year-olds get pregnant. Um, so yeah, we're talking. No, I'm talking young kids, Ellie. Like if a teenager's going to do what a teenager's going to do for the most part, unless you really, really fight with them, depending on the kid. But yeah, I don't think my 10-year-old's going to knock people up right now. No, they need to learn social interaction skills. That's it. Facebook looking really good here. I think the volume signature today is pretty heavy as well. I guess they like that Messenger for Kids thing, or the Instagram for Kids. So you're arguing against taking screens away from kids? I guess I'm not sure what your argument is there, Ellie. So we so it looks like you're sarcastically arguing for kids with screens, 6-year-olds with screens in their face. They don't do drugs and they don't get pregnant. So, because here's the problem, like if you don't have kids, here's the problem is that when you take that screen away, it is a fight because man, you think adults look at their screens all the time. Imagine a kid with a screen. Right. Well, it depends on my time frame, Blatt. I like both of them for different reasons. Right actually looks pretty good with a cup and handle. MP just jumped to the top of the. Oh, now it's second. Where's it? Come on, MP. Well, they do have both. Obviously, they have both, which is why I'm complaining about it. But if I were to choose one, if I had to choose one, which I wasn't saying banish all screens from kids, but I think if you put just more screen stuff in their face. Like, look, I know digital is great. I love digital stuff. There's value there. I mean, but there's more value in human interaction from a human perspective, um, from humanity's perspective. I mean, our bodies crave human interaction and newness, um, and I think the newness part of our brain overrides that human interaction, especially in young kids that are just being programmed. If like these parents are just shove screens in faces, I don't know. I don't know. We'll know in 15 years what's going to happen with it. Like I guess we're a good poster child for 15 years of computers, but at the same time, he eventually got off a computer. But now the things are mobile, obviously, so it's a slightly different situation there. Yeah, yeah. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah. No, both is fine. I got no issue with both. But both is cool. Yeah. But no Facebook. All right, did we get MP? Okay, here's MP. Got off topic here. All right, market stagnating out a little bit. No devices till 15, but it's getting harder. Dude, it's almost impossible, Ellie. It's well, this year it was impossible because you have to be on the computer. And then I'm working and then they get out of school and they're completely silent. I look up, it's been like an hour after class cuz I'm doing shit. And then I'm like, "Oh crap." I mean, I'm not really a full-time stay-at-home dad. I do have stuff that I do. I mean, trading takes ample time. You guys know that. So, um yeah, it's hard. And then mom's working too, and we're stuck in our thing trying to focus. And then you realize the kids are doing what they're doing, and sometimes like hours and hours go by. Like it's a thing. It's a thing. Yes, that looks fairly intriguing down at these levels. Regain the 50-day so far. Found support at the 50-day. We mentioned Riot looks pretty good too. Bitcoin looks pretty good too. So anyway, yeah. Facebook drop. Where's Facebook? Oh, there they are. No, they haven't dropped. Stuff has just overtaken them more. So, couple of good things out there. Facebook will reverse at some point today, more than likely. It's too much too soon. Looks like Tesla's got bought up a little bit. Nasdaq stagnated around flat, which is nice. We got to see what today's Friday, isn't it? It is Friday. Okay, it is Friday. Today's Friday. We'll see what Monday holds. Maybe they were accumulating. They sold yesterday. They're accumulating today, and maybe it'll pop up on Friday. Who the hell knows? Who knows? Amazon's green, Cyber's green, AMD's green, Netflix is green, Apple and Microsoft are red, NIO's red, MA's red, FLGT, Tesla's the reddest of them all. PLL Rejection yesterday. Yeah, we saw that already. Invest in win. Let's go see. Let's see if you move the needle. Let's see what happens on Monday. Oh wow, already back to pre-COVID levels. Couldn't bring yourself to sell your MJ stocks? I guess when did you get them is a better question. They're putting in a nice higher level up here. I mean, 50-day moving average support looks pretty good overall. Yeah, not bad overall. Pretty good. SI looks pretty interesting there. SI, Riot, both look really good. SI was some distribution recently though. Question is that going to continue or not? 175 seems to be the level. Yeah, MP. How are chemicals doing today? Let's see. I got them on the list right now. Oh, it looks like they reversed pretty hard yesterday. Oh yeah, big reversal. Not moving too much lower quite yet. AMD Zoom Nvidia. Very choppy situation there for Nvidia. Donkey Kong XPEV. Okay. We'll see if Facebook takes a big shit today. They've had a good go at it in this whole base right here. Pocket pivot, pocket pivot, pocket pivot. Close to a pocket pivot, pocket pivot, pocket pivot. Jesus. These guys have like 7 pocket pivots here recently. Versus you look at Apple. Why would that be? One pocket pivot there. That's it. Microsoft. Facebook was 7 pocket pivots, so that is crazy. Yeah, Microsoft had a bunch over here. Had a lot over here. This was like 4 or 5. And none over here. But Facebook's the man right now. Look at that shit. Yeah, Facebook rocking it. Yeah, right? So yeah, it could be a good potential. I mean, a lot of these stocks have actually already gone past their highs. Facebook really hasn't. Facebook's been consolidating. Nvidia went up, Microsoft went up, Apple went up. Facebook did not, so it may get its day in the sun. Plenty of good action for Facebook recently, yeah. Pretty good. I think I'm gonna bounce, guys. I'm gonna go. Go get some breakfast. Peloton on the 200-day. CDNA AQB. Facebook. Unfollow everyone on your friends list. That's what I did, and I felt beat. You felt you beat Facebook? You can go in the settings and unfollow everyone on your friends list with one button. Your feed is empty all the time? That's because you took all your friends off. The feed's built from that. From my understanding, I don't think you get, unless it's just advertisements right now. That's funny. Yeah, I don't like my Facebook feed. It's okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce. Just delete my account? But why would I do that? Just waste Facebook resources? Yeah, I think they got enough resources. Their freaking margins got to be crazy. Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a great weekend. Everybody stay safe. I will see you all on Monday or in the Crypto Power Hour later if you're in that. All right, guys. Bye.